That's why you never had another feel like this before. Since it was down the spine, you're always on my mind. And I don't think that I could ever be without your love. The ocean knows we're close together like a hand in glove. Now the rest of you, oh yeah, that is you, and it's me, and that's how it's supposed to be, oh baby.
This is Jeanette Mitchell, and you are listening to the Wave 3 Radio Show live on WMSKOnlineRadio.com. Talk radio just got better.
We have a vision and this dream to fly the elements of our lives Wi-Fi connection. From the moment the power button was in contact, the feeling was there from the electrical shock of an untold acceptance of defeat, leaving a sense of a mass causing a bitter taste of lies. Once ingested, the falling whisper sounds like hope breaking from a limb of destruction, leaving our conscience in a state of redemption, when it clearly turns our sight into our liability. Still leaving us blindsided by the light of truth, and misguided by the lack of truth.
That's what it takes for people to keep talking out, speaking out. I still not. For those two lines out of the system I can take, in the 30 seconds, I felt like saying something. You speak on what's going on in the heart. Should I not do that? Should I ignore those things? like, I don't want to I see like sometimes that sort of like, hey, I gotta take it down. I can bring it. I can write around it. You don't want to write it. Nah, that's what I'm saying. I'm scared of trying to find myself in the same groove. Like, shit is hard. I know, but I'm saying, like, the way to play out to the people, man. Yeah, like, I know you see how rappers are now. There's certain people see what the public see what y'all do to rappers. They scared to be themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, so they don't think that people gonna accept them. Don't make a move without contacting Focus Movers. They offer affordable moving rates, fast and reliable service, fully equipped state-of-the-art trucks, locally owned and operated, a 24-hour call center. You give them a call. Do it today. 443-506-7905. Don't make a move without Focus Movers. 443-506-7905. Free moving quotes, commercial and residential, full service moves, local and long distance. Last second and emergency moves can be done too. They are fully licensed and insured. Call them at 443-506-7905 or book online at www.focusmovers.com. Don't make a move without calling Focus Movers.
This is Jeanette Mitchell, and you are listening to the Lady Blue Radio Show live on WMSKOnlineRadio.com. Talk radio just got better.
I just lost my girlfriend out there. Drop my whole day, man. I'm feeling good. I'm trying to be a man, a really good man. But the more I try, I see some money on the line. Come and pray with me. 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 Let's hope you respect. No matter what, respect. There's life with no regrets. Love is for your mother. Love will protect you. That blood still be our peace. It's like how you see me in me. Them phrases forget you. No further goes our trust. I love you. My heart is going to be touched. But I thank God for these blessings. These girls are many lessons. I don't wanna let you know. I don't wanna let you know. Damn, I still lost my girl. My girlfriend acting up. Drop my whole day, man. I'm fading. I'm trying to be a man, a really good man. But the more I try, I see some money out of life. Come and pray with me. 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 I pray that you feel gold. I pray you live love true. I pray you see your sunshine. But the more I try, sees I'm running out of luck. Come and pray with me. 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 What it sound like? Maybe it's a simple for you, right? Maybe it's a simple for you. You got me sounding real twisted here tonight, sir. Let's get to it. Now that I don't want to see a touchy class man, it ain't no static in my jeans, doing carriage in my jeans. Got broccoli on my mind, always veggie burger niggas, hungry eating in their grind. It seems so they fast and they tired of unhealthy. They eating all the negative, fingers like a sedative, a little recognition and like something takes off sleeping in. Take it in your head and ain't no chance of reaching them. I just let my wingspan wide for my size. Don't understand, they just misled. I'll be teaching them all the thing I'm realizing slow, y'all. Some be loyal, they the last that they hold, y'all. Ain't no rough edges, cause I'm super strong. The dream's big, the grind is real, we just working, dog. The crown is a collective, we all king and queen. It's what it is what it seems. Yeah. Yeah. Here we go. What is that like, baby? Right. Yeah. Here we go. Let's go. Yeah. Yeah. What is that like? Right. Now that the vibe is elevated, the recognition greater, and measured on talent, so the balances are even. And as long as we get the business, and we do a better business, so the network is endless. Understanding when we end this to win this. Let's act against the team is disastrous, so practice caution in your movement, above margin improvement, upgrade to the system of having true prism. Portrayals have them acting like exactly what's in them. They give the inspiration to a color to a prism. You not create this like a prison, restricted to yesterday. Influence is minimal, we push towards better ways. Sharpen up the game, let the swag shine. It's the swag I trust is my tagline. The crown is a collective, we don't king and queen. And when it is getting good, I get it with my team. That's what yeah. Right. What is that like? Right. Maybe you got me feeling like real royalty tonight, sir. Let's go. Yeah. What is that like, baby? Right. Yeah. Let's go. Yeah. What is that like? Right.
Have you written a book and want to get published? Then call Page Publishing ASAP. We're looking for authors of all types of books. And unlike most publishers, Page Publishing will take the time to review each and every book submitted to us. And we'll give you our feedback. And if we like what we read, we will get your book into bookstores and for sale online at Amazon, the Apple iTunes Store, Barnes & Noble, and other outlets. We handle everything. Editing, cover design, copyright protection, printing, publicity, and distribution. So if you've written a novel, children's book, cookbook, inspirational work, poetry, or a biography and want to get it published, call Page Publishing now for your free author submission kit. Your road to fame and fortune could very well start with this simple phone call.
Call now, 800-219-8262, 800-219-8262, 800-219-8262. That's 800-219-8262.
Hey, it's me, it's your girl, your favorite blogger, Lady Blue, and you are listening to the Lady Blue Radio Show live on WMSKOnlineradio.com, where talk radio just got better.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Hey, Doris. Hey. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Hey. Good morning. Ah. Let's go now. You all tuned into Lady Blue. For I am about to do something new, something true. You were always hoping what you planned. I woke up this morning feeling like I want to dance. New day, new blessings. Live, learn lessons, answers, questions. No weapons formed against me shall prosper. Been through the fire, I'm a survivor. Satan even tried us, he didn't prosper. So much going on in the world, it won't stop us. Oh, we got faith. All my prayer warriors pray. Hey, this is what I gotta say. Lady Blue Radio Show is how you start your day. Hey, this is what I gotta say. Lady Blue Radio Show is how you start your day. Good morning. Ooh. Ooh.
And I ain't get myself in.
Mm.
And then I heard a voice say that,
Ooh.
you can be free.
Ooh.
You've been forgiven.
Mm.
And then that voice
And do it for a night, but oh, but joy comes in the morning. That's right, that's right. Good morning. Oh, good morning, and good morning. It is me, it's your girl, it's your fave blogger, Lady Blue, and I am coming at you LIVE live on the home of Cheryl Underwood Morning Show, WMSKOnlineRadio.com, where talk radio just got better. That's right, in my Wendy Williams voice. How you doing? All right, we're going to get it started. We're going to get it rocking. Thank you for being here with me this morning. Join me on Facebook, YouTube, the free app you have downloaded from the WMSK onlineradio.com website, and also make sure you join our mailing list for updates, events, shows, and more. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at WMSK Online Radio, and make sure you use the hashtag WMSK Grind. How y'all doing this morning? I see y'all on Facebook Live. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I see you, Norris. I see you, Raji. I see you, Philip. I see you, Christopher. Hello, everybody. I'm going to be sharing the link for the YouTube here in just a second so you can join me live in studio. So make sure you are there. Other than that, guys, I have a special guest coming up at 9:30, but I have to tell you, this has been a wild week. If y'all ain't kept up with what's going on, it is ridiculous. And yes, we're going to talk hot topics in the next hour. But we've got all these other things going on. I know we have the new movie about Harriet Tubman that's coming out. You have had what has been going on with Kirk Franklin and the Dove Awards and the Stellar Awards. You have had the actor from Hellboy filed for divorce after being discovered kissing his co-star. 38-year marriage, filed for divorce, okay? You have the family that was shot to death in Mexico. You had the elections that just went on. And the biggest part of that election is this. The cyclist who had flipped off the Trump motorcade, who lost her job after that, just recently won a seat in the House in Virginia. So it's just been a wild time all the way around in regards to the presidency, the elections, everything that has been going on. And, we really have got to talk about this Popeye's chicken sandwich, because this Popeye's chicken sandwich is driving me nuts. No, I don't want a Popeye's chicken sandwich. 2, I ain't going to get one. 3, why y'all hurting yourselves to get a chicken sandwich you can fix at home? Okay? And 4, you just had a young man that lost his life over a chicken sandwich in PG County. Let's get real. That chicken ain't all of that. Popeye should be saying something in regards to this and stop looking at the money and the frenzy, okay? And stop perpetrating and using folks to gain your capital, because people are hurting themselves for no reason. No reason over a sandwich that, you know what? Go slap some chicken tenders in between a buttered hamburger bun and you're going to have the same thing. Which you can go to Giant, Safeway, Kroger's, Harris Teeter, okay? ShopRite, wherever you want to go. And I know the majority of us have members in our family that can burn, okay? I know I got some members in my family that can cook. I can cook, so I don't understand what the frenzy is about. Anyway, let's get to our special guest. Good morning, good morning. You are on the Lady Blue Radio Show. Who am I speaking to?
Hi, this is Dr. Johnson and the whole people.
Well, hello, ladies. How are you?
Hello. Wonderful. How are you?
All right, I hear it. There it is. All that good stuff for this Thursday morning. Thank you, ladies, for joining me. I certainly appreciate you. Guys, it's an honor for me to have these ladies on here. As you know, Black women in business is a huge thing. And to have these 2 ladies on here is amazing. I have Shakira Johnson and Nicole Mosby Taylor. And these 2 ladies are the ones that are behind the passion. Is it Passion, Purpose, and Pumps? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
All right, I got it straight, y'all. Passion, Purpose, and Pumps. So, ladies, take your time, introduce yourself to my audience, and let's talk about Passion, Purpose, and Pumps.
Right. So I am Dr. Johnson. I am co-founder and co-host of Women in Business International and Women in Business
Okay.
And I am Nicole Mosby Taylor, also known as Taylor K on the mic. So I am co-founder of Women in Business International and co-host for Women in Business International, and also co-founder of Empowering Minds of Maryland Youth.
All right, awesome. So, ladies, you got this wonderful event that's getting ready to happen, and it's happening on November 17th. Tell me, I love the title, Passion, Purpose, and Pumps. We all know us ladies love our pumps, okay? But what is the drive behind this event? Talk to me. What's the drive behind this event?
So the purpose of this event is to educate, empower, and equip entrepreneurs and professionals across the globe. And so we have put together this phenomenal event, and we are featuring some of the most prominent women in business here in the DMV area. So we cannot wait to share with them and let my partner Taylor take it away. Yes.
Okay.
So we have none other. I'm sorry, say that again.
No, ma'am, go ahead. It was just a little bump. Go ahead.
Okay, so we had for keynote speaker none other than Medina James Brightful. And she is with the Heal a Woman to Heal a Nation. She is amazing. And then we have our very own WBI member, Lindsay panelist. We have India Whitelack, who is a realtor and builder. We have Miss Darlene Taylor, who is a famous model and cancer survivor and author. And we also have Miss Malika Tambu Cooper, who is the owner of Dresden Fed. And so we have a phenomenal panelist for them. And we also have Ms. Takia Ross will be hosting Passion, Purpose, and Pump, along with our comedian Stiletto.
Okay.
So we have an action-packed day for the ladies. They just don't know. We even have our own very songbird, Kate Jefferson, one of our WBI members that will be singing and blessing us that day. It's going to be an amazing event that you do not want to miss.
Okay. Now I know Takia. I follow Takia. Most of these other ladies I know. And what when you approached them with this event, were they eager? Did they ask a lot of questions? Did they just jump on and say I'm there?
They were like, yeah.
Well, I think that's awesome. Now, where is this going to be held? The Gala Center in Windsor Mill, Maryland. Now, let me ask this: is it just open to women, or is it open to the public?
This particular event is geared towards women entrepreneurs and silent entrepreneurs and business professionals.
Okay, I want to get that clear because I want people showing up at the door going, "What you mean I can't come in?" Okay, we want to make sure that everybody understands this is a woman-geared kind of thing. And I also want to state that, like I said, women in business is huge. I have a small business, I have an initiative, I have things going, and we need to support each other as women. What does that mean to you when it means supporting your sister? Because a lot of women, as we know, in today's day and age, we have a lot of scratching and a lot of backbiting and a lot of catfighting over stuff that we could be working together on. So what does it mean to you to support your sister?
Well, actually, that's exactly what Women in Business International is all about. Right.
Okay.
Women in Business International is a group of women that we galvanize together to create a sisterhood of us supporting us.
Okay.
So what we want to do is dispel that whole crabs in the barrel, one person at a time. So we have created an online directory. So when one of our sisters need a service, we go to our directory and we look on our directory so we can support with this person. We also provide personal and professional development for our sisters. We empower each other. If somebody is sick, we send them a card, we go visit. If somebody dies in the family, we go visit. We have created a culture of truly us supporting us. Okay.
So it's much more than the name, and that's what I like to hear. It's much more than the name, because I love to hear about that involvement and that support, because we need to know we can fall back on somebody or someone. And it's not using as a crutch. Let me get that straight to my listeners. It's not as a crutch. It's a support system. There's a difference, okay? There is a difference. So the other thing,
Yeah.
how long did it take you to put this event together?
We've been working on this event since last year. So this is like a signature event for WDI. So we started off with Passion Purposes and some conference last year. This year we moved in the direction of just hosting a brunch, and then we'll begin next year with our conference as well.
Okay. And is this something that's going to be a yearly thing for you all?
Absolutely.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah, and also, the great thing about Women's Business International is that we meet on a monthly basis. So this is not just like an annual thing. So we meet with our members on a monthly basis so that we can continue supporting each other. We have think tanks. We have other resources that we provide to them as needed. So it's just an amazing family of women that, look out for each other. And this is just an extension, the passion, purpose, and pump. So also the good thing about WDI is that we are starting the foundation here in Baltimore, but eventually we are creating chapters in different states and international.
Okay, all right.
So definitely a movement that women would. Yeah, it's definitely a movement that women want to get on board with.
Where y'all been all my life? Where y'all been hiding? Okay, well, I love to hear that. So do me a favor, give everybody a little bit more, repeat about the event, where it's going to be held, how they can get tickets, how they if they want to contribute, anything like that, give them a little bit more on 411.
Most definitely. Before I do that, though, my partnership is documenting that we also do July Business Thursday and Library everyone where we honor women like yourself with awards for just doing what you do to give back to the community. So we just recently held one in October. So our next one actually surviving will take place in January. But again, we are all about our support. So to go ahead and answer your question, tickets are available right on our website, www.wciradio.org. And the business will be held at the Dealer Center located 1700 Hill Drive in Washington, Maryland. VIP tickets are $85, general admission are $65, and then we also offer BFF passes for $120. So tickets are $10 per admission. And last but certainly not least, groups. There are groups available for 10 or more. So if you have your women's organization, your sorority sisters, your women's ministry, and guys that would like to come, we would love to serve you as well. Not to mention, Sheila K. Can you let them know about the group of women that want to sponsor? Yes, so there is a vulnerable group population that reached out to us who said, hey, we had some women that were left to come, but unfortunately they're unable to pay the price. So if you feel so moved to pay for another person, to bless someone, we would love for you to do so. They would love for you to do so. And as well as if you can't make it and you just want to, bless your ticket to them, we will make sure that vulnerable population will receive it and be able to come, and we're going to provide them with clothing and everything. So it'll be like a holistic experience for them, something that they would really need.
Okay. Awesome. I like to hear that. Y'all need to take advantage. Ladies, I want to thank you for taking the time out to stop in, give me a little bit of information, share your experiences with me. I do want to ask you all one question, though. Because, again, you've already answered the question about supporting our sisters and this, that, and the other. How did you two meet?
We get that all the time. We were actually interns together a few years ago for a oh Lord, I know, right? For an organization that supports our youth, and Nicole was telling me about our nonprofit, and at that time I had just started my boutique, and we've been friends ever since, and so we decided to come together, and we did. So again, we two women from two different backgrounds, and we worked together, and we are living breathing proof that a candle doesn't use anything for lighting another candle, and I am definitely sharpened the iron.
All right now. See, we getting all in there, y'all. Don't put that candle under a basket. Can't nobody see it. Go ahead. Speak on the motto.
So our motto is individually we can do great things, but collectively we can forever change the world. By Nick Mosby.
All right. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Again, ladies, thank you for taking the time out today to share with us. I will make sure this goes on my website as well as on my Lady Blue Talk radio group so others know about it and what's coming up. But again, thank you for taking the time out to the day. And I'm sure somebody's told you, but if they haven't, I'm going to tell you, I love you.
Oh, thank you. We love you too. Thank you so much for having us on the show.
Yes. Thank you, ladies. Continue to do great things and be blessed. Have a great day. All right, y'all. There it is. Y'all got something to do on November 17th. Okay, y'all gonna go and y'all gonna do the passion, purpose, and pumps. That's what you're gonna do. If you are an entrepreneur, if you are in business, if you are a lady in business, you need to get with this event. I think that's going to be awesome. It's right here. It's local. You can get all these things, and you've got some familiar faces that will be in the building. So take advantage and share with that. Other than, I love to hear those kind of things because those are the positive stories that we need on a daily basis. Yes, we need that kind of positivity on the daily. And I appreciate all of you who have joined in and listened to that interview. You can go back to YouTube and catch the YouTube link and play it at your convenience. But I wanted to make sure that you all got in on that because that is something we all need. Make sure you get it together before 2020. You still got time left in 2019 to get it together. Even though 2020 is right around the corner, remember, tomorrow is not promised to us. Get it together today. Okay, today is when you want to get it together. Other than that, we need to talk about some of the things that have been going on in the world today because there's some things. But before I get to that, let me get my birthday shout outs out of the way. Remember, if you want your birthday shout out, your anniversary shout out, and somebody just had a birth, anything exciting, anniversary, y'all need to be following Lady Blue. All you need to do is look for LADYBLUU1 on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and I will make sure to get your birthday shout out up there. Let me give me some water before my voice go out. Yes. All right, so happy birthday to Shirley McGriff, Sharon Marine, and Renee Ambush. Thank you guys for following Lady Blue, and I appreciate you. Again, if you want your birthday shout out or anything special that you have going on, you need to drop it with Lady Blue. Other than that, we need to get to talking. Oh, before I forget, holidays. Guys, fall is here. The weather has changed. I've already started humming Christmas music. No place like home for the holidays. I was humming it all day yesterday because I couldn't help it. It was on TV. But the whole point right now being is that it's holiday time. It's time to get that shopping done. Guess what? Beautiful Blue and Blissful Holidays here for you. That's right. Get your holiday stocking stuffers, get your holiday gift packages, and ask me about the travel beauty bag and the 12 days of Christmas, where you can get 12 days of complete and utter bliss for one great price. And it's the gift that keeps on giving for 12 days during the month of December. But you got to order now, because if you don't order now, you're not going to get timely delivery for your package. So come on, discover your blue and discover the beautiful that's in you. That's right. Contact me at 443-579-5401, or you can go to www.marykay.com/amajor2019 and order today. Other than that, guys, great specials also on Beautiful Blue on Facebook, as well as Instagram and Twitter. But like I said, I wanted to talk about a few of the things that were going on. I mentioned a couple of things that were going on. I'm not trying to get all into the negative, but these are things that are going on, and we've got to be up to date and positive. The first thing that I want to mention is this. Good morning, Mr. McGraw. I see you. Before I even get to that, I got to thank Power 44 Radio. Why do I have to thank Power 44 Radio? I have to thank Jay McGraw and Antoine Grant because they were my interviewers and photographer and videographers for 50 Shades of Blue, the 5th annual 50 Shades of Blue. And I've already shared the video. It's going to go up on my site. I want y'all to take a look at it. Thank you, gentlemen, for the work that you did. I truly, truly, truly appreciate it. And I cannot thank you enough for capturing this entire event and everything. They caught it all. They caught the speakers, they caught the dancers, they caught the vendors, they caught the interviews, they caught everything. So I will be sharing that video on the 50 Shades of Blue page soon. So y'all keep an eye out for that. But thank you to Jay McGraw and Antoine Grant for all their help during my my event. So what was I talking about? Oh, I lost my train of thought there. I was talking about, before all of this other stuff, I was talking about the Popeyes chicken sandwich mess. And again, this is just my opinion, okay? This is just me, but y'all see this on the daily. You all see this craziness, and you all see that Popeyes has said nothing in regards to this chaos since they brought back this chicken sandwich. Stop being a moth to a flame. That's what this chicken sandwich is, a great big light, and all y'all are running towards this light, and you're hurting yourselves for what? Again, let me remind you, a young man lost his life over this chicken sandwich. Yes, he cut in line. I get that. But he did not need to die over a chicken sandwich. You have people out here that are ruining their cars to get in line, to be first in line at the drive-thru to get a sandwich. You have people that are getting out of their cars and fighting at the drive-thru over a chicken sandwich. You have people that are getting in arguments with other people they don't even know over a chicken sandwich. People, we are in a Sodom and Gomorrah time, and if y'all don't stop this madness, it is a chicken sandwich. Again, all y'all have people in your family that cook, and if you don't have people in your family that can cook, you know somebody that can cook. Ask them to fix you a chicken sandwich. I'm going to guarantee you, you're going to go to their house and get that safely before you go running and spending your money with Popeyes. I don't got a problem with Popeyes. What I have a problem with is that the nonchalant and non-response of Popeyes to all of this madness. That's what I have a problem with. So, no, I haven't had a chicken sandwich. No, I don't plan on going to get a chicken sandwich. And no, I don't need a chicken sandwich from Popeyes that bad. I really, really don't. Okay? It's just, it is just insane. It is what it is. It's insane that everybody is losing their minds over a chicken sandwich, when you could be losing your minds over business loss or, something of value, not something that you're going to eat and get a momentary thrill from. And then, anyway, moving on before we have to go to commercial break, all of the other things. The Little Mermaid was live apparently recently, and a lot of people dragged The Little Mermaid live through the coals. Okay, it got very negative reviews. The boss of ABC said he didn't care. A lot of people didn't appreciate it because it wasn't underwater. Well, let me put it to you this way. When you saw the animated one, that was a cartoon. No thing on Disney. And yeah, it took place underwater, but as a human being, you can only do so much. I think Queen Latifah looked fierce. I think The Little Mermaid did her job. I didn't get to see the whole thing, so I need to go see the whole thing because yes, I'm a Disney animation fan. A lot of people really ragged on Shaggy. I just really think you got to come out of the one track mindedness on this. And if this was on Broadway, they did Aladdin on Broadway. You didn't see anybody, literally, being sinking in sand and things like that. So what's the difference? It didn't take place in the desert. It is getting rave reviews on Broadway. So I don't understand. Anyway, I need to go and see this in order for me to be able to get the full about The Little Mermaid live. But to my understanding, Queen Latifah looked fierce. Okay, as you know what I'm talking about. I can't even think of the child's name. Okay, it's just sad that you can't come out of the one track, okay? If Maleficent was in cartoon, would you drag Angelina Jolie through the coals? No, because all of that is CG animation. Angelina Jolie does not really fly, okay? A lot of things can be done with CG graphics. If you've never seen the behind the scenes of CG graphics, then you'll understand. These people are standing in front of a green screen and things are happening. They're just acting out a part and boom, that's it. And then the computer graphics takes care of the rest. If you think that's real, something's wrong with you. Anyway, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna take a look at it and I'm gonna see what's what. But you know, I hear the singing was good and all of that was good. But you know, come on, folks, give them a break. It was a live version. You can only do so much, okay, with the live version. And I think they did well. That's all I have to say. I think they did well. So, you know, hats off to Queen Latifah and John Stamos and Shaggy and all of those that jumped in and did their, you know, their version of The Little Mermaid live. Okay? All right. So we'll move on from that. Few other things that, you know, we need to talk about. We had the mass exodus, I should say, of the in Oklahoma. They had over 467 prisoners, non-violent prisoners that were released from prison in Oklahoma. How about that? How about that for prison reform, okay? And I think that I'm sorry, I have to, I'm trying to get to what happened in Oklahoma. But for that to happen, is amazing, amazing. Mass commutation of over 450 nonviolent inmates walked out the door. They did get met by I think it was 700 some odd resources that they were introduced to so they could get housing, food, jobs, all of these things, okay? But Republican Governor Kevin Stitt is the one who signed the bill. The bill retroactively applied misdemeanor sentences for simple drug possession and low-level property crimes that the state voters approved in 2016. So inmates with all convictions for low-level drug and property crimes were released, okay? It was the highest in the nation incarceration rate in Oklahoma. One of its top priorities has been the appointed reform-minded. This has been their top priority. I'm having trouble talking today. This is their top priority from the members of the state's Pardon and Parole Board. Releasing the inmates will save Oklahoma an estimated $11.9 million over the cost of continuing to keep them behind bars, according to the governor's office. Okay, so they're saving money. They're nonviolent. And they're being released. Now, here's the board last week considered 814 cases, recommended 527 inmates for commutation. 65 are being held on retainers, leaving about 462 inmates that were released on Monday. Now, here's the thing. To those 462 that were released, keep it moving forward. Look for those things that will help you continue moving forward and not put you back in that situation. Reach out. If you're hearing this, reach out. Talk to State versus Us magazine. Talk to some of these folks that have the 411 on how to get you moving forward. Do not step backwards. Do not take 2 steps forward and fall 7 steps back. This is a blessing that has been given to you. The doors have been opened. Use it wisely. We are going to cut to commercial break. We're going to come back, talk a little bit more about this. We're going to talk a little bit more about a few other things. And then we're just going to get into the hot topics of the day. So this is your girl, your fave blogger, Lady Blue, and I am coming at you live right here on the home of Cheryl Underwood Morning Show, WMSKOnlineRadio.com, where talk radio just got better. Come on back.
This is Ray Rivers from Beyond Therapy, and you're listening to the Lady Blue Radio Show, live on WNSKOnlineradio.com. It's deep, it's smart, and it's full of heart, baby. Talk radio just got major. WMSKOnlineradio.com. Commercial free 24/7.
The views and opinions that are expressed on WMSKOnlineradio.com are those of the guests, hosts, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its management, hosts, or advertisers. The shows founded on WMSKOnlineradio.com can promote any lifestyle, belief, religion, political affiliation, or personal practice. These shows are for entertainment only. Thanks for listening.
Watch time moving past me. Ain't no way to stop it, even if you wouldn't announce it. I've been in the game in the ways that we watched it. All you need is credit, but it's still not lost. Watch time moving past me. Ain't no way to stop it, even if you wouldn't announce it. I've been in the game in the ways that we watched it. You need credit, but it's still not lost.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Revolution.
Watch time moving past me. Ain't no way to stop it, even if you wouldn't announce it. I've been in the game in the ways that we watched it. All you need is credit, but it's still not lost. Watch time moving past me. Anytime you don't want to go all night, no right. Living in a little sauce, and you don't want to be with any I promise I will snap. Step back. All this talk about boosting, so we shooting that shot. Work ethic is on the trash. Fly more than sugar. Look at what I'm still looking for the handouts and millions. Sorry that it didn't plan out. Sorry that it never worked out. I mean, I stopped my road. Tell that I had a house that know like, yeah.
Wristwatch time moving awesome.
Ain't no way to stop it, even if you wouldn't announce it. I've been in the game in the ways that we watched it. I need the credit, but it's still wrong house. Wristwatch time moving awesome. Ain't no way to stop it, even if you wouldn't announce it. I've been in the game in the ways that we watched it. I need the credit, but it's still gon' cost you. Tell me.
Seniors want peace of mind and a free prescription discount card? Keep listening. Are you age 85 or younger? Here's an important message to you and all seniors from Final Expense Direct Insurance Services. The average funeral now costs over $7,000, and the most government benefits will pay your family is only $255. Our senior plans start as low as $1 per day and will pay up to $30,000 for funeral and other final expenses. There's no medical exam, and you'll have lifetime coverage. Plus, your rates will never increase, and your plan cannot be canceled as long as you make your premium payments. Get your free information about our senior plans. Just answer a few simple questions and get approved right over the phone. Plus, call right now and you'll receive a free prescription discount card. Call 800-675-0194, 800-675-0194, 800-675-0194. That's 800-675-0194.
Another lonely night. Another night of not hearing my phone ring. No missed text of saying I miss you while I love you. No hormone calls to express just how much I mean to you. We have a love that seems to exist only in silence. Our movements incorrectly speaks in volumes, but no one knows about it except the bed sheets and the crippled chandeliers. Or maybe the picture that hangs there. All because you like to keep things silent. The type of silence that will have me calling out when no one is listening, waiting in the dark that silence. Or I can't believe what we just did silent. Have me beating out the back door before anyone sees me silent. And I try to understand, why is it okay for you to rock and hold me and call me your baby yes? At the same time, make it okay for you not to love me. You try to neglect me, but turn around and use my vagina as a walk-in closet. Restore your unlistenable affection you claim you have for me. But feelings are walk to the light, you act like the most we share are some type of down payment for your love. In my bedroom is a landway plan, holding on to your time. After it's all said and done, you act like you don't know me and quickly go the other way, saying, shh, let's keep this quiet. Because if it was to ever come out, everyone would know it was about me all along. All the hallmark calls and late night kisses. So if you wrong with her, your knees buckle and you start to tremble. Because it's like looking at a reflection of me. No matter how much you try to disguise your image, you can't deny that I'm the prototype. And her, well, she's just a full copy you can get trying to look like. Check her profile. You know you can't make copies without first consulting with the big print, so stop trying. Everything you want from her is already in me. Deep down, you know it. That's why when you hug her, the hugs are not that secure, and the kisses are no longer pure, and your heart beats off too. You will never be one with her because your most intimate thoughts, I own them, and your emotions, I control them. Don't you remember telling me that my love wasn't radio to your soul? What you stay tuned to, but now you want to switch the channel. I was the twinkle in your eye, now you say it's a glare. I was your favorite daydream, so how can you sleep on the one you dream of? Don't forget who was your raindrops on your window pane, and it's right there for the clouds are on. So go ahead and substitute me for her. You know what they say, the sequel is never better than the original.
Hey, what's going on? This is Poet Renee, and you are listening to the Lady Blue Radio Show live on WMSKOnlineRadio.com. It doesn't get much better than this.
Ever wonder how the credit card companies make their money? Well, think about this. If you owe $25,000 on 5 different credit cards and you make your minimum payments every month, here's what it's going to cost you. Are you sitting down? You'll shell out over 13 grand in additional interest, and it's going to take over 13 years to pay off your original $25,000 balance. That's how they make money. Now it's your turn to fight back by calling the Debt Solutions Network. We'll work on your behalf to reduce your debt. We specialize in credit cards, retail store cards, and medical bills. We promise we can and will reduce your debt. Call right now for a free 15-minute debt analysis. 800-593-0297. 800-593-0297. 800-593-0297. 800-593-0297.
This is Carla Shakespeare, and you are listening to Lady Blue Radio Show live on WMSK Online Radio, where talk radio is got better.
Your challengers are a young group from Houston. Welcome Beyonce, Lativia, Nina, Nikki, Kelly, and Ashley. The hip-hop rapping Girls Time.
I'm back. That's right. I'm back. Hey. It's your girl, your favorite blogger. It is Lady Blue. And I am right here with you this morning on the home of Cheryl Underwood Morning Show, WMSKOnlineRadio.com, where talk radio just got better. I told y'all that we had some hot topics, but first, let me get a few things out the way. Make sure that you are getting Urban Reality News right in your hot little hands. That's right. State versus Us magazine, your official source to the streets from prison, highlighting high-profile cases, corruption in the police department, government, the prison system, wrongful convictions, and success stories of the formerly incarcerated. So if you or someone you know has a story to tell, want a feature or ad space, please email stateversususmag@gmail.com. That's statevsursusmag@gmail.com, and get your print or digital copy today at stateversususmag.com. Remember, issue number 4 is out with Jamila T. Davis on one side and the one, the only, the original Freeway, Ricky Ross on the other. And issue number 5 is being worked on. Y'all don't want to miss out because it is hot. And if you go to the page on Facebook, you are going to see the cover of issue number 5, which has NDO and Vincent Bragg. Oh my gosh, y'all don't want to miss these. These articles are like, they're fun, they're exciting, they're informative, and I love being a part of State versus Us magazine. It is wonderful. Hats off to the CEO and founder of WMSKOnlineRadio.com, Miss Connoisseur. She is out doing the do because there's other things in the works. That's right. You got the Urban Bookstore coming. You have got some other things coming. Can't tell you all everything. Y'all gonna have to just keep up with WMSK. That's all there is to it. Okay? That is all there is to it, and that's all I'm gonna tell you. Anyway, let's move back over to the hot topics of the day because we got plenty. All right. I was talking before the break about the mass commutation that happened in Oklahoma from the Eddie Warrior Correctional Center in Taft, Oklahoma. Okay. All right. There was a female by the name of Tess Harjo, 28-year-old, released on Monday. Okay. She was sentenced to 15 years in prison after her Okmulgee County conviction last year for possession of methamphetamines. She said she was surprised at the number of women she met in prison serving long sentences for drug crimes. She says, I've met many women in here who came from medium or maximum security prison who have already served 18 or more years. So she says it's ridiculous. Steve Bickley, the new executive director of the Pardon and Parole Board, said Monday's release is the most on a single day, surpassing President Barack Obama's 2017 commutation of the drug sentences of 330 federal prisoners on his last day in office. So again, huge thing that happened in Oklahoma. And like I said, to all of you who were released, reach out to those who could help you. Do not go back. Please do not go back. You have been given a blessing, a true gift. Make the most of it. Now, let's talk about some of these other ridiculousnesses that have been going on around the country. Again, we had that family that was executed, basically, in Mexico. Okay? You have a 13-year-old. I don't know if you heard about the 13-year-old who escaped custody. He was a double murder suspect in North Carolina. He escaped custody and then was captured the following day. He is facing 2 counts of double murder, okay? 13 years old. I want y'all to keep that number in your head. 13, double murder suspect, okay? He's back in custody after he escaped from police following a court appearance in North Carolina. The boy was turned into U.S. Marshals by his mother, at around 10 and taken back. So see, he ran home because that's where he feels safe. But again, okay, he's charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder and robbery with a dangerous weapon. Okay, you have a 15-year-old boy that's charged in the Halloween shooting of a 7-year-old trick-or-treater. That's in Chicago. My cousin told me about that. 7-year-old was out trick-or-treating and got shot in the neck by this 15-year-old. Why? Don't know. Anyway, back to the boy in North Carolina. The boy was in Robeson County Department of Social Services at 12:10 on Tuesday for a hearing when he managed to break free. Okay. And the department where the social services is located is where he escaped from. Law enforcement have a high degree of concern of safety for both the juvenile and the public due to the prior history of being assaultive and unpredictable behavior. Okay. So again, they caught him because he was wearing a white t-shirt, beige pants, and leg restraints without any shoes. So how he broke free from leg restraints and that whole 9 yards is what we're trying to figure that out. All right. So anyway, they got him back in custody. And that's what's important is that, you know, he's no longer just out there doing whatever. All right. Okay. And I mentioned the 15-year-old that is in custody for shooting a 7-year-old in the neck. All right. You have the family that was killed in Mexico, the Amish, the Mormon family. Okay. 14-year-old survives. Baby survives. Couple other kids survive. But here's what the 14-year-old did. He took the surviving kids out of the car, hid them in bushes, covered them in branches, and walked at least 14 miles to get help. They said they found over 200 bullet casings surrounding the vehicle. 9 family members, 3 women, 6 children. 8 children managed to escape. They said the vehicle was ambushed, okay? Along this dirt road. Again, the children hid amid bushes, brush, as the bullets flew. Some walked miles to get help, according, you know, this 14-year-old that walked these miles, okay? They're being taken care of. They're being, you know, all of this, but Devin Langford, 13, was one of the few uninjured children that quickly took charge, eventually walking about 14 miles back to Lamora. After witnessing his mothers and brothers being shot dead, Devin hid his 6 other siblings in the bushes and covered them with branches to keep them safe while he went for help. Okay? When he took too long to return, his 9-year-old sister left the remaining 5 to try again. 14 miles is a long, long way, folks. Long way. The 9-year-old, Mackenzie Rain Langford, she walked for hours in the dark before she was found several hours after the other children were rescued. She was listed missing for a while. Altogether, the children were on their own from about 1 p.m. to when the ambush began at around until 7:30, and then they were rescued. Okay. They say relatives from Lamora tried to reach them before, but they were turned back by gunfire. So apparently, they're in a cartel area. Okay. It's harsh to know that these children witnessed this, saw this. A baby was killed. One of the mothers who died on Monday, Christina Langford Johnson, reportedly stashed her 7-month-old baby on the floor of the Suburban and got out of the vehicle, waving her arms to show the government she wasn't a threat, because her bullet-riddled body was found 15 yards away from the SUV. Her baby was found alive in the car seat on the floor. So the mother had the sense of purpose to save her child, even if that meant her life was going to be lost. I'm telling you, don't mess with mom, okay? They say they have suspects, but they're still out there doing what they need to do. This story goes on and on. First, it's a remote area. Secondly, you have this large family that's traveling to, I believe they were going to Chihuahua. They said the suspect had been found holding 2 hostages and in possession of 4 assault rifles and ammunition, as well as large vehicles that included a bulletproof SUV. One of the vehicles was linked to a robbery in Phoenix. They're saying that they may have mistaken this group for that of a rival gang amid their ridiculous warfare. Turf war. Again, you have people losing your life over ridiculousness. Dumb. Chicken sandwich. You don't know who you're shooting at. You're just going to shoot. You're taking lives that aren't yours. None of these lives are meant to be taken now. Is there a purpose in this? I can't say. Does God have a message? I'm sure. Okay. A lot of things happening in the UK. You have those 39 people that were found dead. They have 2 suspects that are in custody. It goes on. You have, I mentioned the cyclist who had flipped off Trump's motorcade. I know y'all remember her, and she lost her job because of it. Well, now she is now in the House in Virginia. She just won the election. Her name is Julie Briskman, okay? And she now is on the seat for the County Board of Supervisors in Virginia, okay? You have what happened in Mississippi, in Kentucky, and in other places. And I know Kentucky, they have a hard time getting him up out of there because he doesn't want to concede, but that's okay. That's okay. Secretary of State there has already said, it's done. Boop, you out. Okay. All right. There's a story that came out of the UK where a mother, an older woman by the name of Mavis Eccleston, okay. Mavis and her husband died together. Now, the daughter shared the photo of the mother and of her mother and her father. And here's the thing, is the mother gave the terminally ill father an overdose and then took the same overdose in a joint suicide pact. So authorities there were going to charge the mother with murder. Mrs. Eccleston, 80 years old, survived her overdose and was charged with murder and manslaughter of her husband, but was cleared in September. Okay. The daughter is saying mom got charged with murder for trying to commit suicide with her canceled with her dad, so he would be out of pain. This was the end of a 60-year love story, not murder. What's your opinion? Okay, because she was in court. Her 81-year-old husband was given a drink containing prescription medication. The jurors heard the case, and that she swing back the deadly concoction herself in a bid to take her own life at the couple's home in Huntington, Staffordshire. Okay, they were both rushed to the hospital after being found unconscious by relatives on February 20th of last year. She was resuscitated, but Mr. Eccleston had a do not resuscitate order after being diagnosed with bowel cancer in 2015. So that's why he wasn't brought back. Jurors were told that Mr. Eccleston died while holding hands with his wife of almost 60 years in adjoining hospital beds later that day. Okay, the photo tells it all. She said, loved ones will be made to suffer in pain every day unless we can change the law. So the question is, do you support assisted suicide or not? Okay, so that's going to be my question of the day, and I'm going to post that up right now. Do you support assisted suicide or not? Okay, and that's a really hot topic with everything that is going on. And of course, typing at the same time and doing this is not easy. Because remember, we had that Dr. Kevorkian. Remember Dr. Kevorkian? That was a huge thing. I know this is going to bring a lot of, spiritual and religious comments and so on and so forth. But I want to know: do you support it or not? Okay, because these stories are heartbreaking. She didn't want to be without her husband. She wanted to be where her husband was. She told the court he kissed her hand in thanks before they both took the medication and both said good night, darling, as she went to lie down on the sofa. Okay? Again, if you answer that question, we'll figure that out. Let's move on to the next subject. A young lady by the name of Grace Milan sent her friend a text saying she clipped with an accused murderer. Okay? Further details are coming out on the death of Grace Milan, a British backpacker killed in Auckland, New Zealand in December of last year. The man accused of her murder stands trial this month. She's saying that she clipped with this man and they met up for a date on the night that she died. She met up with a man who killed her. Okay? You have to read this story because it is kind of one of those stories that when you read it, it's kind of weird to click with some, Be careful, folks. Tinder, Facebook dating, whatever it is, please be careful. Please be careful because it's just unreal. Excuse me, it is unreal the number of people that are falling for these hoax and these twists and these tricks and all of this other stuff. Again, there is so much going on, but I think the biggest thing that I want to talk about right now, and no, it's not political, and it's no, it's not anything else. What I want to talk about is just the evilness that has come over the world as of today. You have it in the political realm. You have it in the blue collar and the white collar world. You have it in family homes. You have it in everyday living. Okay. Why do I want to talk about the spirit of evil? Well, you got to look at what's going on in the political, the blue collar, the white collar, the family homes, the jobs, the workplace, out on the street, in the mall, all of these things. People that are killing each other over minor things. People that are hurting each other over what? They're cutting their freedom for a momentary pleasure. They're in a power grab because they feel they're the only ones that can do the job. They're in a state of greed, one of the 7 deadly sins. They're in this state of greed because they just got to have it all. And we've got to get past that. We're in a state right now where people are believing and not reading. All of us. If you were born in my day, if you were born in the 1960s, we read and we still read. Okay. And one of the biggest things about reading is that you get the information for yourself firsthand. And if it don't make sense there, you go find something else to read to compare it with, just like you do in the Bible. Bible gives you plenty of references, so you go and you look and you make sure, right? Okay, so why don't we do that with what we have going on today? People are too busy taking people's word for it and then want to debunk it and say it's not the truth, you just made that up, when you have proof positive sitting in front of you. What I want to say, ladies and gentlemen, is if you're not reading it, none of you sign a contract before you read it. If you do sign a contract before you read it, you getting yourself in a whole world of hurt. If you read a contract before you sign it, that means you're aware of all the clauses and everything that goes on in there, and nobody can rush you to sign anything. You let them know, I'm going to read this before I sign it. I want to know what I'm getting into, and if I don't like what's in this contract, I'm not going to sign it. So why are we taking the words of people who are basically doing the same thing to you? Here, hurry up, sign this. Here, you don't need to read that. I just told you what it is. We're being led down a dark path. Okay? And because we're being led down this dark path, people are not doing what they need to do in order to make sure of their safety, their family safety, their job safety, all these different things. And yes, you can equate that to what's going on in the political world, sure, because we're seeing it every day. I've talked about gaslighting. I've talked about all of these other things. I've talked about how, we're getting played on a daily basis, but still, and you're running right out there and you're doing what you're doing without even thinking about it, and then don't want to listen to the people who are telling you, no, that's not true. You were listening to this people way before this one person got in here, and people are running around fearful of this one person. This is the emperor that has no clothes on. And y'all are fearful of a naked man. Now, I'm talking figuratively. I'm not talking literally. Okay. So don't go out there looking for no naked man, because that ain't happening, okay? That ain't happening. What I'm saying is that we've got to do better. We've got to read. We've got to inform ourselves. We've got to research. I don't just go off of what one page says. I go to Time. I go to Newsweek. I go to CNN. I go to MSNBC. I go to C-SPAN. I go to HuffPost, Washington Post, New York Post. I'm reading, which is the point. Reading is fundamental, right? Reading will save your butt, right? Reading will make it so that you are informed and not walking into something blind. But yet still, here we are. People are all out there just believing what they see and what they hear and just taking that for gospel truth. No. No. Okay? Now, we have other things that are going on, so we're going to continue to move on. Chris Brown, this is your celebrity news for the day. Chris Brown held a high-end yard sale at his Los Angeles home. People lined up around the block for singer Chris Brown's home in the Tarzana area of LA yesterday. He had a high-end yard sale at his Los Angeles home, and the crowd has been gathered for hours. He posted his flyer on Instagram and Twitter accounts that included his home address in the Tarzana neighborhood. It started at 10 and went till 7. Okay? He had marked down high-end items. The crowds were unbelievable. They had food trucks, they had news trucks, they had helicopters. The lines were several blocks down the driveway, past large canopies with rows of clothes. Okay? People took the day off work to check out the yard sale, hoping to get hats and hoodies. Okay? A 23-year-old who was a fan of Brown since his career began said she hoped to get him to sign some of the merchandise. Okay, she said despite owning much of the singer's apparel already, it'd be nice to get something directly from him. Okay, apparently the crowd remained orderly, and he plans to donate some of the proceeds to unspecified charity. Why? This was kind of an all of a sudden thing. Some people are thinking this is so he can keep up with his legal bills because of his arrest in France and whatnot. Okay. So, y'all know Chris Brown had a yard sale. It happens, okay? I've seen it. Celebrities do have yard sales where you can come and get high-end items for a steal of a price, and they either take that money and fund it back into whatever they're doing, or they donate it to charity. So, yeah, they clean out their closets a lot. Okay, moving on. Y'all heard about what happened in Buffalo Wild Wings in Illinois, okay? Group of Black customers who were coming in to celebrate a basketball win were greeted at the door of Buffalo Wild Wings, asked what their ethnicity was before being seated. Then were seated, and the couple across the table from them asked the staff to move them because they did not want to sit next to Black people. Instead of the restaurant asking the couple to move, they politely moved them and then told them they had to leave. So now Buffalo Wild Wings is in a lawsuit. The employees who were involved that night, fired. The couple who was at the table that asked this ridiculous question, banned from Buffalo Wild Wings across the United States for life. They're going to have somebody to give them Buffalo Wild Wings because they cannot and will not be welcomed into a Buffalo Wild Wings. Buffalo Wild Wings put out a statement saying that they welcome everyone, they serve everyone, and they feed everyone, regardless of race, regardless of creed, regardless of color. Okay, so what's your take on that? What is your take on that? Should they not have asked the other couple to move if they were uncomfortable instead of moving the family that they moved or the group that they moved and then asking them to leave? It is insane because kids were involved in that, not adults. Kids were involved in that. All right. Telling you, people are getting outlandish. Outlandish. Okay. Excuse me. Okay. Anyway, you have a Florida sheriff deputy that has been arrested for body slamming a girl, not throwing her, but body slamming a girl on the floor by her neck. We don't know the whole story. We don't know if she was being unruly, what the case was, but the excessive use of force is what the question is on that one. Yes, there's plenty going on. You've got the testimony of Roger Stone, and that's already turned into a 3-ring circus. He left day one claiming food poisoning. He walks in flamboyance and all this others, and they're saying he's already live, and it's looking bad. Okay, all right. You have a man that a 61-year-old man that was arrested for throwing acid on a U.S. citizen who he assumed was here illegally and yelled at him to go back to his country and stop taking his jobs and his freedom. He threw acid on him. The man suffered second, third-degree burns on his face. Born in the United States of America, but because the rhetoric is being listened to, okay, now, it is just getting ridiculous that people are assuming people don't live here because. I'm going to state this again because I'm still getting it. I am from New Mexico. Nueva Mexico. That is where I am from. Yeah, I said it in Spanish, okay? Nueva Mexico. I am from Albuquerque. I'm from the Burkett. I am from the 505. All right? It is part of the United States. It is not a part of Mexico. I do not need a green card nor a passport to be here. Neither do my family and friends that currently live in Albuquerque, New Mexico. My dad lived in Albuquerque, New Mexico from 1963 till his death in 2010. I was born in New Mexico in lived there all my life. Go back every year. Miss the balloon fiesta. Miss the state fair. Miss the burning of Zozobra. Miss the petroglyphs. Miss the cam. Miss the four corners. Miss all of that. Okay? Now, do I sound like I don't belong here? No. I belong here, just like everybody else. Everybody else belongs here. If they were a United States citizen, they belong here. They belong here. All right? Stop with the stupidity. There's an Amber Alert out for a Florida girl of 5 who vanished from her bedroom in the middle of the night. Okay? Cute little girl. You know, we just had the burial of Cupcake, who was also taken from her home from a birthday party. All right? This Florida 5-year-old was last seen in her home Tuesday evening. Taylor Rose Williams, who was wearing purple and pink short sleeve pajamas, was not in her jacket in the bedroom early Wednesday morning, and the back door of the home was unlocked. Lock your doors, people. Okay? She's considered to be in danger because of her age, and they have not determined whether Taylor left on her own or she was taken by someone. All right, so if you see this little girl, she's approximately 3 feet tall, weighs about 50 pounds, big brown eyes, and black hair. Any information about this could be directed to the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office at 904-630-0500, 904-630-0500, or you can call in your area in Florida or wherever you are by dialing 911. Okay? This human trafficking, stealing these kids, they're not your kids, cut it out. I'm so tired of seeing this. It's unreal. It is unreal the number of children that have been taken for absolutely no reason. And then, when people can't get what they want, what do? They cast them aside like trash. These are children. They haven't even begun to live their life. I'm going to stop because I'll get on a whole nother trip with that. The wall. The big, beautiful wall that apparently had a hole bored through it so people could get through it. The wall that barely has had 3 or 5 miles of it built at best. Okay? $300 million in contracts to monitor the quality of the wall's construction. Wasted money. I can think of about 17 different things to do with that money right now. We have funds that need to be taken care of. We have programs that need to be reinstated. We have medical issues. And trust me, these things are sitting on the one and the only Mitch McConnell's desk. But he's not moving on them because he wants you to think that everybody else ain't doing their job. They're doing their job. These things are being passed. These things are out there. They're being taken care of. The problem is that we have a group of good old boys who won't move on it. They won't move on it. Why sit on something? Why? That's the thing that I don't understand. Why would you sit on something that is needed in the United States? Please explain that to me if you can. Please explain that to me if you can. Okay, because it don't make no sense to me. Okay, none whatsoever. These people are they're up there. They've been voted into office. They swore to uphold the Constitution of the United States, and they're not even doing it. They're not even doing it. And that's the part that bothers me. They're in office refusing to do their job. In office refusing to do their job. Can you imagine what would happen if you were in your position and you refused to do your job? Imagine that. What if you showed up to work and just said, okay, y'all can pay me, but I'm not going to do my job today? What would happen? What do you think would happen? You'd be fired, would you not? Yes, you would. Okay, so why are we allowing these people who are supposed to be representing us allowed to sit up there at the Capitol and just basically do nothing except wait for a phone call from 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue to find out if they're keeping everybody in line? Come on, folks. We have got to do better than this. Hello, I am echoing Elijah Cummings right now. We are better than this. We have got to be better than this. We are better than this. Why is this stupidity coming out? Why? What is it that is making you believe, excuse me, that nobody's out there working for you when they are working for you? Why are you taking the instance and the account of one or a few individuals versus the 200 or 300 that have been voted into these offices and positions to represent you? If you are not getting the representation that you feel you voted for, get up, go to your constituent's office, ask them what's going on, ask to see what they're working on, ask them get on their websites. They've got Facebook pages, they've got everything else. Get on their Twitter pages, get on their Instagram, ask them questions. I still have yet to hear from the other candidates in this race. I've only heard from Bernie Sanders. I said to Joe Biden, the only thing I'm getting from Joe Biden's camp is, will you donate? I need you to answer my questions, sir. I need you to tell me, what are you doing in regards to women's programs? I know there's plenty of other things out there, foreign policy and plenty of other things out there. But my concern right now is, what are we doing in regards to the homeless situation, women's programs, men's programs, housing, and the economy? Those are the things, my 5 things. That's my list. Okay, what are you doing for that? Remember, if you have a list and whoever is in your sights, they're not on that list, guess what? You have the right to move on. You have the right to tell them, look, you're really not meeting my criteria, and I kind of need somebody that's gonna. So, I like you, more power to you, but I gotta move on. That's how you deal with that. That's how you deal with that. Because when you are involved, it's like when you're in your child's PTA meetings. It's like when you're in your child's PTA meetings. Don't you want to know everything that's going on? Aren't you in there asking questions and finding out what it is that's affecting your child? Of course you are. So why are you not doing the same with a group of adults who have been voted in to represent you? There's a bunch of people up there that have no political savvy whatsoever. There's a bunch of people in office right now locally that have no political savvy whatsoever, but they are in there because they want to represent. We have people that you refuse to vote for who are in the community, who run, and you don't vote for them. Why? Because they're not a name you know. Well, guess what? Get away from the names you know and start getting with the people that you are standing next to on the street. The people who ask you the questions, the people who want to know how you feel, which way do you want this to go? If you could do this, what would happen? So on and so forth. Those are the people you need to talk to because you can touch them, you can listen to them, you can hear them, you can feel them, all of that. These other folks, you can't feel, hear, and breathe none of them. I don't care who you are. It's very hard to get in touch with somebody you can't touch. Okay? Anyway, with everything that is going on in the world today, we are under a cloud of evil right now. We are under a cloud that has just gotten to the point where nobody cares. No, everybody just wants what they want and forget the outcome. We've got to stop. That's just all there is to it. We've got to stop. Look at what Facebook is going through. Zuckerberg is under fire, people. Have you not noticed that Facebook is putting people in jail just for words? Words. And most of these people are not anywhere near what Facebook is labeling them as. Pay attention, folks, because it's happening to you on a daily basis. Daily basis. Okay, so don't just take what somebody is saying to you for truth. Find out for yourself. That is the whole entire point. Ooh, I'm gonna beat this desk to death today. Anyway, guys, yes, there's just a lot of different things that are going on. Okay. Guess what? Early Wednesday, FBI agents arrested Puerto Rico Senator Abel Nazario and 7 other people as a part of an investigation into corruption in the U.S. territory. They're doing U.S. corruption down there in Puerto Rico. Okay, so things are happening down there. Okay. According to Reuters, China says it has agreed with U.S. to cancel tariffs in phases. That means everything's not canceled. They're canceling in phases, but I suggest you read that to make sure, okay, what's going on. We have one subpoena that was withdrawn for the inquiry. So one subpoena is out. We have that incident that's been going on with the Emmett Till sign down in Mississippi. And they just recently had, they filmed a group that was scared off by a siren because, you know, they had to make the sign bulletproof and all this other stuff. Can somebody just please explain to me why these folks keep going? What is it that draws you to Emmett Till's site? What is it? Because Emmett Till was 14, 15 years old when he was found. Okay, his mother had his body shipped from the south up north and held an open casket funeral so people could see what Emmett looked like after being found. Now, if you have never seen a picture of Emmett Till in his casket, you need to go and pull up Emmett Till and you need to look at the pictures, okay? You need to see what everybody else saw, okay? You need to see what the mother saw. You need to see the pain in her face. You need to see the photograph when she was brought into the morgue and saw her son. You need to see the pain and the what I want to say, just all that went with what went on with Emmett. Emmett was dressed in a nice suit. Emmett was given a proper funeral, but Emmett was disfigured. So what draws you to this sign? What is it that draws you to this sign? Yeah, he was an African American. He was wrongfully accused. We know that the person who wrongfully accused him said that she lied. What kills me is if you look at the some of the news clippings, you see the people, they just have these, they show these people jovial. Okay, Wolf Whistle jury sets murder defendants free. Verdict made in 67 minutes. And this is the article that's sitting next to a picture of Emmett Till in front of the San Antonio Express. Okay, and this, of course, was dated back in that day. Okay, what was the purpose of that? But you see how this works? This is how they do this. This is how they get you to think that we're a joke. And we're not a joke. But let me go back. Emmett was dressed in a very nice suit. Emmett was given a proper burial. Emmett's face was disfigured. Emmett was waterlogged. He was tortured. He was beaten. He was strangled. He was marked. He was marred. His face was swollen. His eyes were gouged out. Everything about Emmett. This 14-year-old boy took this attack. This attack had a profound effect on Martin Luther King. Okay? The woman behind all of this admitted to lying. And now she's in hiding because people want to know how come she ain't in jail. She needs to be in jail. I agree. She needs to be in jail. The other thing about Emmett's body was swollen. Emmett's body was bigger than his normal 14-year-old frame. Emmett's mother had to be held up during the funeral. Emmett's mother wanted people to see Emmett. She wanted people to see, what happened to her son. What his head was bashed in. Okay? Everything about what happened to Emmett is just disgusting. It's wrong. Okay? This child did not deserve that. This child did not deserve that for something that he did not do. That's the whole point. He did not do it. But yet and still. There's a book out called The Blood of Emmett Till. And it's a book that I highly suggest that you get. Again, the woman responsible for Emmett Till's death admitted he did nothing to her. The book, The Blood of Emmett Till, where the author reveals a bombshell fact about the case surrounding this boy's murder, is that the woman made up the whole testimony. Now, didn't we just have that with Bill Cosby? Because some of the parts of Janice, what's-her-name's testimony was falsified. Some of the other characters in this whole thing falsified. But guess who's still sitting in jail? Regardless of all these false admissions, regardless of these admissions, okay? The author of this book is Timothy Dyson. He tracked down Carolyn Bryan, who testified that Emmett had physically and verbally assaulted her, okay? Dyson is a Duke University student, okay, and revealed that Carolyn in 2007 at age 72 confessed she had fabricated most of the sensational part of her testimony. The part that's not true is about her claim that Till made a verbal and physical advances on her. He was 14. As for the rest of what happened that evening in the country store, she says she couldn't remember. She's now 82 and her current whereabouts are being kept secret by her family. What's infuriating about this on so many levels is that this young boy was kidnapped, murdered, and it's just gone. The killers were acquitted and later made $3,000 from confessing to the crime in a magazine. A boy is gone. They made money. A woman lied. She's in hiding. Think about it. And here's the statement. It must be nice to be able to live the rest of your life in hiding while a young man's blood is on your hands. I don't know how she lives with herself. I don't know how she lives with herself. I'm speaking for me. I don't know how you can live with yourself knowing that 2 or 3 men went out there based on your lie and killed a young boy. Yep, hot topic. Hot topic. You killed this young man. You sent this young man to his grave for what? For what? What was your purpose? Again, I ask you, why do you continue to go to the Emmett Till sign and stand in front of it like it's going to justify what for you? What is it justifying for you? How is it making anything better for you? How is it uplifting whatever it is you think is going on? Now, mind you, Emmett was in a glass-covered open casket, so his body could not be touched. The funeral went on for several hours because people stopped to get a good look at Emmett. They didn't just pass by, say, sign, cross, keep rolling. They stopped by to get a look at what happened to this boy. He was a handsome young man. He was a beautiful young boy who did not deserve what happened to him. So, ladies and gentlemen, just remember, okay? A lot of people don't like that open casket, stop showing pictures, this, that, and the other. Just remember, these are the things that happen, okay? Recently, you just had the recent funeral of what's that child's name? Y'all know who I'm talking about. From Friday, the comedian from Fridays, okay? John Witherspoon. You just recently had his funeral. And a lot of people are upset that, his open casket was shown. If that's what the family wanted, then that's what the family wanted. It was a star-studded funeral. It was a celebration of life. He was in his 70s. He enjoyed what he did. John Pops Witherspoon was born on January 27, 1942 and passed away on October 29, 2019. He is best known for his role in Friday, but he is also in Vampire in Brooklyn. He was also in a number of other comedies. He was in the Wayans Brothers. He was one of the voices for Boondocks. Let me give you a little repertoire of some of the stuff he's done. Friday, Boondocks, Wayans Brothers, Friday After Next Friday, okay? Boomerang, Little Man, Soul Plane, Black Jesus, Vampire in Brooklyn, which I mentioned, Little Nicky, I Got the Hookup 2, House Party, okay, Ladies Man, Hollywood Shuffle, Bebe's Kids, Sprung, 1,000 Words, Meteor Man, Talking Dirty After Dark, Ride, Dr. Dolittle, The Tracy Morgan Show, I'm Gonna Get You Sucker, Fatal Instinct, Wayne Head, of course, the John Witherspoon, You Got to Coordinate, okay? Faking the Funk, Dad on Board, Rat Boy, High Frequency, After Sex, Reality Queen, Bird, The Jazz Singer, Killer Tomatoes. He was in some stuff, okay? Laughs from the Hood, okay? God's Gift, Curtsy Mister, okay? John Witherspoon was a comedic force and a voice in the community that will be missed. He was 77 years old. Anyway, guys, so much has happened, and we could go on for days with the news, the bad news, the intriguing news. Excuse me. But all in all, pay attention. Read. Inform yourself. You can skim over it. Go get these transcripts. Read them for yourself. I'm in the middle of Volker's transcript. I'm on page 30. I'm on page 30. It's a 300 and some odd page transcript. And I'm moving over to Solomon's, which is 349 pages. I'm reading. But I'm telling you, from the first few pages in his testimony, it's real. It's real. And the whole point right now, going back to the evil that's over this country, you can see it, you can feel it, you can hear it. And what it boils down to is all the skipping over and avoiding and all of this is because they know if they say the one name that this is involved in, it's done. I'm going to leave it at that. Guys, I thank you for joining me this morning. I thank you for being a part of the Lady Blue Radio Show. I thank my guests who joined me today, who were here with me and just had a great time with the Passion, Purpose, and Pumps. Okay, November 17th, right here, Windsor Mill, Maryland, for female entrepreneurs and businesswomen. Take advantage of it. Don't miss out on it. You're going to want to be a part of it. And anything else, if you have an event, anything that's going on, you need to let me know about it, guys. Come on now, let me know about it, and let's get it out there for the world to hear and see, all right? That is what this is about. We got to get Passion, Purpose, and Pumps out there, as well as everything else that's going on in the community. So if you have something that you want me to share, get it on over to ladyblue17@gmail.com. That's LADYBLUU17@gmail.com, and I will make sure to put it on my event calendar and on my social media pages. Also, you can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at LadyBlue1. That's LADYBLUU and the number 1. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, and a whole bunch of others. My website, ladyblue1.com, which I'm going through updating this weekend so that you will have all of that information. Also, keep up with what's going on WMSKOnlineradio.com. Make sure you get State vs. Us magazine in your hand. And also remember, if you have a last-minute move, you need to get with Focus Movers. Affordable moving rates, fast and reliable service, free move and close, commercial and residential, local and long distance, last second, and emergency moves. It is locally owned and operated with a 24-hour call center. So call today, 443-506-7905. That's 443-506-7905, or book online at focusmovers.com. Shout out to Kerm and Focus Movers. They are there when you need them. Trust me, I will not be going to any other mover besides Focus Movers. All right, now that we got that, all right, get out there. It is a cool, crisp fall day, okay? I'm off today. I'm going out there and take care of some business. But ladies and gentlemen, live out loud. Enjoy your day. Get your blessing. Get what you can and share with somebody else, because you never know. You may be the only vital or good thing that they get for the day. And remember, join me here every Thursday from 9 to 11 a.m. for the Lady Blue Radio Show. And come back tomorrow when I'm here with my husband from 11 to 1 p.m. for Covenant Connection. And we are going to be talking about empowerment. Yes, empowerment. Anyway, we love having you here. There's great shows. There's going to be shows coming on later tonight. You've got Open Wide with Neek, as well as Hip Hop Humanism that will be coming on. So make sure that you're here and you're joining in. You've got other shows like The Vault, Cypher, Uncut Sports Talk, and some of the new shows that have joined on. So make sure you keep it locked here. Download the free app from the website so you can take us on the go. You can take us on your coffee break, your work break, your walk break, your gym break. Just don't break nothing while you're doing it, okay? I want to see you back here next go round. Remember, get your holiday shopping done with Beautiful Blue. If you have any questions, email me. I'll answer what I can for you. Other than that, I am going to be out in the community on Saturday on North Avenue for a community event. I will have a vendor table there, so come on by. Christmas shopping, holiday shopping, gifts to go. Let's get it rocking and let's get going. Other than that, guys, enjoy your day. I love you all. And as I always say here, weeping may endure for a night, but joy, it does come in the morning. I love you all. I'll talk to you later. Hey, Facebook. Hey, YouTube. Peace. All right, guys. I'm out. All right. I'll talk to you later. See ya. Hey, Zahir. How you doing, love? See ya.
We teach girls that they cannot be sexual beings in the way that boys are. Feminists, the left who believes in the social, political, and economic
See ya.
equality of sexes.
You wake up, house girl,